All right. So we've already got our animals picked out for our recipient. We're gonna be going on a black bear hunt in Canada, and then we're gonna be going on a moose hunt in North Dakota. Now, before we get that started, I've gotta tell you how we're able to do these hunts and how we're able to really do this show. It's all due to the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. Now, the Outdoor Adventure Foundation is a nonprofit that specializes in providing hunts and other outdoor adventures to youths under the age of 25 with life-threatening illnesses and disabled veterans. Now, the Outdoor Adventure Foundation being a nonprofit, the other people we've got to give big credit to is you, the viewer, and everybody out there that has donated. Whether it's been your time, funds, hunts, it doesn't matter, because everything you contribute allows us to do what we're about to do right here. And that's going on some big outdoor adventures. And we're about to get it started. Now, first on deck is a young man named Scott, and he's the one going after the black bear. Now, Scott, he loves to hunt, but unfortunately, he was dealt a tough hand.
My name is Scott Verkeilen. I'm here to shoot a black bear. So just about 3 years ago, I had been diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I went through treatment, went pretty smoothly. And through that, with the hospital knowing some of my hunting past, they put me into contact with the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, and I am forever grateful. So going through treatment for Hodgkin's lymphoma, I had both chemotherapy and radiation. It was about a 6-month process, and I've been in remission since December of 2019. I was fortunate enough to come away with it, still young and healthy and able to recoup what I had lost.
Now, on this trip, we're heading out to Manitoba, Canada, to one of our favorite places here at the Outdoor Adventure Foundation to hunt black bear, and that is DOA Outfitters with our good friend Daryl. Now, Daryl contributes one of these hunts to our recipients every single year. And let me tell you something, not only is Daryl a good guy, but he sure has a lot of black bears.
Daryl, nice to meet you. Big bear tonight, maybe, eh?
Hopefully.
Yeah, it should. We shot this week. We shot.
I'm going to be in your hair for the next couple of days.
I know. Dylan shot, last night a 403 pounds, 20 and a half. My guy Rick Hunter shot a 420 pound on Tuesday, I believe, 21 and a half inch skull. And then we had a lady last week shoot a 410 pound or 25th bear, 21 inch skull. So big bears are out.
My name is Daryl Canamere. Me and my son Dylan own DOA Outfitters in Manitoba. We cater to bear hunters mostly, waterfowl in the fall time. I hooked up with the Outdoor Adventure years ago, and it's a good cause. I enjoy doing it, and Dave's a pretty good guy too. He's been up there a few times.
Now, Scott is ready to get out and hunt some black bears, but before they do that, they want him to shoot the gun and they want to make sure he's on.
Oh, about half an inch low below the black, so that's a dead bear with the barking dog.
So Scott and the guys are going to be hunting over bait. Now, I want you to know that this doesn't happen by accident. Daryl and his team put out all these baits well in advance, and there's a lot of work that goes into it. And the whole purpose is, for our recipient, is to make sure that he sees a lot of bear action.
Bait we don't skimp on. I order bait from Chicago or Wisconsin. Usually baiting is everything. If bears have food, they'll be there.
It's the first year bait way in our east end of our hunting zone. Never hunted it yet. You guys will be the first ones. Got a lot of trail pics. Even the cellular camera doesn't work too well there. I have one, but so we're gonna go in there, and you should have a lot of action in there. We just refilled it a couple days ago, so 3 barrels full. So should be a good night.
We go get one? Yeah. We're at the McLeod bait. Never been sighted before. We're super excited. Hopefully not too many tick bites.
Now, remember when I told you DOA had a lot of bears? Well, these guys have not been in the stand that long. And sure enough, bears start showing up. Now, it doesn't take long to figure out that this bear is a sow. One main reason is because she's got a cub with her. Now, when a sow's got a cub in tow, you definitely don't want to be taking a shot. So the guys, they're just gonna hang back and enjoy the show. So eventually the sow and the cub move off. But the great thing about hunting bear, especially over bait, is that you never know what's gonna happen. And it doesn't take long for another one to show up. Now, this is a nice bear, but to be quite frank, Scott doesn't want the trip to end yet. He's just gotten here, it's his first sit, and I'm sure hoping he doesn't regret it. These dreams are made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, Anderson Trucking Service, and Shields.
Dave, what time we wake up this morning?
4 a.m.
It's always a good day when you're up at 4. Going over to a different bait. Saw lots of bears yesterday, but nothing worth shooting.
Now, the time of year is spring, and it is one of the best time to hunt black bear. They're coming out of hibernation, they are super hungry, and they are hitting those baits hard. Black bear are extremely hard to determine their size. You've got a black silhouette, they have similar features, and figuring out how big they are is almost impossible, especially to the unseasoned bear hunter. So you use that barrel to figure out, is that a big bear or is that a little bear? And if you ever run into one whose back goes above that barrel, you don't ask any questions, you just shoot.
We're heading to a bait I call Carlosh. We just checked the cameras this morning and there's a big bear in there. And he has some kind of a big open wound on his back hind quarter on his left side. That's our target bear for tonight, but if another big one comes in, don't pass up that one.
So what does Scott say?
It's exactly what we were looking for. The thing is massive. Gotta go hunt down Scar, because we're good. This will be the bear of the hunt.
That's his new nickname.
It's the nickname. Gotta get the bear with the nickname.
Now, Scott, he's seen just about every bear that you could imagine. About the only thing he hasn't seen is a true shooter bear. But then out of nowhere, he sees something moving in the distance.
First 3 hours there was nothing. If we had another goose egg, I was gonna be so mad. Oh, eaten alive, rained on, it's 40 degrees. Put the time in, came in looking straight at us. Just had to turn broadside, got him right away.
So it is clear that Scott's big outdoor dreams have come true. He is nothing but smiles, he's super stoked, and this is another outdoor adventure in the books. Now, we've got to give a huge shout out to our friend Daryl and DOA Outfitters for making this hunt happen. It truly was special getting to take Scott out there, let him forget about his medical issues, and just have fun hunting some black bear. And I'm telling you what, if you're out there watching the show and you want to get involved, all you've got to do is contact us from the information on the screen, because I'm telling you, you will change lives, whether it's funds, your time, if you want to be a volunteer, or if you're out there and you want to donate a hunt. Everything helps in making these dreams come true.
These trips certainly give me something to look forward to, so it's been really nice for me to A, travel to Canada for the first time, and B, I walked away with a new experience, new people in my phone, new people, new contacts, and a really overall good time. I just like to really say thank you to the Outdoor Adventure Foundation and their donators for a fantastic time. For me, this has been something that an experience that I will never forget, and it's something I get to share with my family. So I'm just forever grateful.
Now, that being said, we ain't done with this show. We still have one more outdoor adventure to go. So you're gonna have to stick around because Dream Makers gonna be right back. These dreams are made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, Anderson Trucking Service, and Shields. So am I excited? Yeah, I'm excited. You wanna know why? Because this next hunt we're going after a big old bull moose. Now, moose tags are hard to get, but fortunately here at the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, the guys were able to make it happen for a very special recipient. And speaking of recipient, the next one on deck, his name is Cole. And Cole loves to hunt. And specifically, he likes to hunt with his stepdad. They've done a lot of hunting in the past, and it's kind of helped them get past all the medical issues that Cole has had and given them something to look forward to and experience as father and son. And Cole's big outdoor dream was to go on a moose hunt. So it was very important for the guys at the Outdoor Adventure Foundation to make that dream a reality.
Long drive, and you see a sign that says Moose Crossing, and you pull up to the road that says Cole's Road. That's gotta be a good sign, right?
Cole, you all ready, man?
Oh yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to
All
see
right,
you.
we're gonna have a little fun, huh?
Hope so.
Yeah.
Hope so. Looking for it.
Hi, so my name's Al Messner. I'm Cole's stepdad, and been hunting all my life. And it's fun to introduce Cole and the rest of his family to it. So the reason Cole is part of this group is about 4 years ago, he was diagnosed with a disease called transverse myelitis. It was something that hit him really hard and really fast, and it's not very common, and we were very fortunate to get really good help really soon. Actually, the day that he developed symptoms, by the end of that evening, he was on a life flight to Mayo. They were able to treat him, and he had a slow recovery. It took him a long time before he could walk and before he could go to school without crutches or anything, but now, here 4 years later, he's doing pretty good.
Now, Cole and his family have been through a lot together, and that's how they're gonna approach this hunt, is together. But it's not just the two of them. This is truly gonna be a group event. A lot of local farmers and ranchers were told about Cole's story, and they all volunteered to help. They were happy to do it. So for the past 2 weeks, they've all formed a network of scouting for Cole. They've been calling out bulls, letting everybody know where they are, so that when Cole shows up, he's got a good idea of where they're gonna be. This trip, it's all for Cole.
You know, we came out here scouting the day before the hunt, and of course, the guys that live here, the landowners, they're always watching. They're out in the fields, they're harvesting right now, and you know, they go out and even look for us in the morning at first light, and they go out again in the evening and drive around spotting these mooses. So we got a lot of eyes on the ground, a lot of help out here. It's big country that we're in. All right, guys.
All right, so the boys are in full-blown moose mode. That's right, they are ready for action. And Cole actually got granted a special permit to hunt from the truck considering his condition. And what that's gonna do is it is gonna allow them to cover a lot of ground and put Cole in front of a lot of moose. These dreams are made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, Anderson Trucking Service, and Shields. Welcome back to Dream Makers, everybody. Now we are on a moose hunt with our recipient, Cole. It is going pretty good because he's seeing a lot of moose. The only problem is that he has not seen a shooter yet.
Just a little insight here to tell you what's going on. So this field is all corn. think there's 5 in here that we know of. It's changing all the time. Yesterday morning, he crossed the road in front of me going into the corn, and last night he crossed the road in front of me going out of the corn. So I think he's going over here a couple miles to water. So pretty much just kind of get a scan over this field and see what we can see. Okay.
So if you feel like you get a shot in the corn, that's okay too?
Yep.
Or?
Take your shot in the corn. We'll get this thing out of there.
Okay.
Whether we carry it out on our backs or I go and get the bobcat, we'll get it out of there.
Okay.
Okay. Good luck.
Thanks.
So I drive to one field and I go up on top of a grain bin to glass, and it's like, well, I don't see any bulls in there. So I wandered off to the next field and turned the corner, and there he was. They stand so high over the corn this year, and drove by him. I didn't pressure him. I just wanted him to let him be. And we met up on the road, and we were able to come over a hill on the road and see where he was and determine on if he was one we wanted to harvest.
Yep. So if you look, yeah, do you see that there's a group of trees there, then there's a gap? He's down low. Was able to make a beautiful shot on this bull and just turned out perfect. Yeah, good shooting, good job. Way to stay calm when you said you couldn't get steady. Way to wait until you did. That's a good job. All right, well, you ready to go up and look at your bull? Why don't you load your gun again?
Just in case?
Yep.
So for any of you out there that are worried about the road, first of all, this is a farmer's road. It's in between his 2 fields, in the middle of his property. It's 100% legal. And now it just so happens to have a big old bull moose next to it. Now the thing is that a moose is so massive, so getting him out of there is sure gonna be made easier by that farmer's road.
Dream season taxidermy, I started myself. This bull was unique. It had a lot of bone growth coming out of the top of the skull, almost like it was trying to poke out a third antler.
Yeah, it looks like he's got more horn pedicles trying to grow.
Yep.
I've seen it in deer, but that's what that is. Just bone tissue gone crazy. So yeah, your moose will look like this. You just be able to walk up and take your antler right off. You can take them anywhere.
Because there's no way we're getting in the house unless you can. So.
Exactly. Go.
Yeah.
I have a blast when I'm on these hunts with the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. I mean, I go whitetail hunting, but this beats whitetail hunting.
So Cole is able to go on this hunt because it was donated to us by the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. And that's we're so thankful for the organization, for the opportunity to go on these hunts. We're so thankful for the sponsors that make it possible, and especially to the landowners. And every one of you makes a difference in the lives of every one of these kids. And it's, you're truly blessed for giving the way you do.
Now, if you're out there and you've liked what you've seen on this episode and you want to become a volunteer, I would very much encourage you to do so. I mean, look at the faces of these people helping out these recipients. They are almost happier than the recipients themselves. And the reason is because this is really fulfilling work, especially if you're an outdoorsman. So if you have any desire to get involved in any way imaginable with Dreammakers and the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, all you've got to do is hit us up at that information on the screen, because we would sure as heck be happy to have you. And another really easy way to give is our Text to Give program, where all you have to do is text GIVE2OAF at 21000, and all of your spare change will be donated towards our mission. And I'll tell you what, it's a small donation to you, but it makes a huge difference for us. Now, this has been an awesome show. We went and got a big old bear with Scott, and then we got a big moose with Cole. And it was a lot of fun, a lot of adventure, and that's how every episode is here on Dreammakers. So you're gonna have to be sure to tune in next time. We'll see you then.